you realize this means war.
You have to do a J now, climb under the table.
Yeah, shoot under is now my new thing.
And go.
Is this it? We're good?
Oh, we're live.
Oh, we are live.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
That's right. Go that way.
Wait, we got
over here.
Oh.
Professional to the end.
We are, yeah, because that was a subpar performance. So,
Oh, yeah.
welcome to Dublin City Comics.
The first comic shop on the north side and the best comic shop on the north side.
Oh, we think anyway. Well, most people tell us anyway.
Yeah.
Of course, you know we do comic price.
Cover price
Comic
comics,
covers
not
are comic
price.
prices.
We do comic price
We can do
covers.
comic price covers as well if you want, but that's a different thing.
You all
So-
know us at this stage. Doc, Jay.
Oh,
Why?
Allegedly.
I can't see your face in the picture. It's a big.
It's the big red button.
That's amazing.
Oh, doom.
You won't know what's going on right now, but
I know what was going on right there. I didn't need to see that.
that was a pimple.
That was that was in my face.
Anyway, yeah. So Marvel, DC, Image, Boom, Dynamite, IDW, all them guys, all cover price. So if you're paying $5.75 for a certain $3.50 comic somewhere else, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Pretty much, you're probably going to know by the time this video hits. There's a bit of news going around. But if you want to talk to us about it, just come on in the chat.
You make no bones about it.
Yeah, we're fairly straight talking people. We always will be.
Look how relaxed we are. I'm eating
Yeah.
ice burger.
And
That's a really good plug for the shop.
Hey!
you all know what we're here, guys.
Yeah.
You all know what we do.
Because we adapt.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway, we're not here for funky banter, or
No.
are we?
We
So,
yeah, we're going to be here for a good while, lads. And
well, about till 20 past
thank you
7,
very
really.
much for the support of all our loyal customers so far. We really appreciate you guys.
Some people come in for the bands as well as the comics
Yeah.
and everything else and try and enlighten people. But people come in as their weekly stop-offs. Like go and watch a soap opera. Oh, soap opera. A
It feels
sitcom.
like a fucking soap opera at the moment.
We don't want. We were more of a sitcom. So if people want to come in and just chill out. And
No, I
hang
think
around and
Wayne had
talk
the
to us.
best analogy earlier. We were talking like Buffy and the Big Bad this year.
Well, that was
Oh,
Owen's
was
thing.
you on? Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
said
know
the
what
Buffy part, but
is this year.
Owen brought it up.
Yeah, I was like an arrow to make a point of it. Every May, it's like the big bad appears like the assistant.
Oh, it was a bit late then, wasn't
And
it?
they're like, it's like,
by
oh,
a
it must
couple
be
of days,
May.
lads.
Yeah.
You could have got that out a little bit quicker, but
Yeah.
hey,
We don't
as
like
usual.
drama here. We're all about the
it's
fun.
not like you guys know what you're fucking doing. That's a shot fired. And just in case anybody's a little bit ambiguous about who I'm talking about.
Freaking Krang, man.
Yeah,
So comics, yeah?
comics.
What
That's
came
not
out
out of the
this
way.
week?
Let's
Yeah.
get on with the fun
Let's
part.
go on the fun bit, right?
Yeah.
So what
This week.
This week, what did you like?
This was actually really surprising. I know Jay's not going to like it, but the Power Rangers comics so far have been fucking spot on. They've been really, really great comics.
So you've been reading Power Rangers all along, didn't
I
you?
have, man. No, seriously, look, the art in this is solid as shit, man. It's brilliant.
That actually looks solid, yeah?
It's brilliant.
You know
Oh,
who's
that's really nice.
It's because it has a Mad Max look
That's a
to it.
freaking Power Ranger comic, and it's fucking awesome.
What's the story like?
Really good, really, really good. Yeah, the end of it's a real kicker as well.
Is it a one-shot?
I think it's an ongoing. I'm pretty sure it's going to be. There's been
And
more
then
to follow this.
miniseries.
I've noticed that
Yeah.
the IDW, or is that DC?
Boom.
That's
Boom,
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
I've noticed that there's these comics now have been coming out with the colouring aspect. So there's that one there. Is
You
it
can
the
colour
blank
this one in
you
if
can
you like,
cover
but
yourself?
It's pretty awesome the way it is. I wouldn't, but we did
It's
have
very,
other
it's very
variants.
mucha. Very, it's like, you know.
It's different to what
Yeah.
DC and Marvel been doing.
But DC have
No,
this.
DC and Marvel have never done any colouring book.
No, but they've done the cover.
Well, no, but the
cover
Scooby Doo
fire.
one.
Yeah,
The Scooby Doo
I
one's
was
got a colour.
joking.
Alright, okay, sorry.
I'd never do
sorry,
it.
it's very hard to read this face.
I think
Yeah.
that's subtly there.
The main title is written by Kyle Higgins as well, and he used to do a lot of stuff for DC.
Coming
He's
for you,
kinda
Kyle.
off. His book with Image, Cowl, check it out. His
Oh,
crayon
yeah.
stuff's really
Cowl
cool.
by Kyle.
Yeah, Cowl by
The
Kyle.
new
yeah.
fragrance from Giorgio Armani.
Johnny
What else
Depp
we
will
got?
be
We
in it.
got the whopping, great, fantastic Uber issue of Deadpool, which is
don't-
it's like an annual. It's really good.
We
But
don't know what Marvel are doing. Like every 5 issues of Deadpool, bumping the price up to
this is
€10.
this is
but
kind of cool though because it's got a load of different art styles.
this one has value for money.
So I'm
Tenner, is it?
yeah, I'm really happy with it, and it was awesome because normally these issues are fairly Catholic.
How many pages?
It's pretty
It's
hefty.
a lot of freaking pages.
4 issues
man.
in one because it features Power Man, Iron
Yeah.
Fist, Daredevil.
It's a Deadpool 13, Daredevil 7.1, Power Man and Iron Fist 4.1, and Deadpool 13.1.
You didn't ask for them, but you're getting them.
Yep.
So yeah.
And is that part of that's the regular Deadpool title? So like if you're collecting Deadpool on a
Kind of,
regular
it's
basis-
kind of a
Issue 14,
standalone.
yeah.
It's still in the same universe as Deadpool, Spider-Man, and the rest of that, but it's a standalone story. It's not connected with anything else. And it's a couple of older characters pop into it, like Typhoid Mary comes in, which is really cool. I love that character. And they kind of explore a bit of that
Something
past as well, like so. It's pretty good.
Another week 2 of Rebirth, and if you're on our special offer deal, you
We
got.
week one. Yeah, what's
No, week 1 was last week.
What's week one? I'm in the past.
This is Rebirth.
Rebirth.
He needs to rewind to the
I need to
Rebirth.
rewind through it.
Well, it was Rebirth issue 1, which is actually a really good launch title.
Yeah, so this
Oh,
week we
absolutely.
had the launch of the initial standalone Rebirth starting with
I'm so happy with Batman this week because they explained what happened to Wayne Enterprises. Since for 7 months now, Batman's had no money and he's going around in new cars and suits and all. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And finally, Tom King. Thank you. I owe you one, Tom King, wherever you are.
Yeah, you're the king of all men, Tom.
But yeah, that's all I have to say no matter.
Alright, you
But no, but
enjoyed
the story,
it.
like, what was the story? What did you think of the story? Because I've read this as well. And
Yeah, no, the story, to be honest, everything, I've read all the Rebirth titles, so Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Batman, Superman, and all of them, it's nothing too, like, wow, this is a great issue, like, it's a good bridge from issue 1 of Rebirth, which was a phenomenal, like, it's this year's best DC book, without a doubt. It's up there with maybe the Darkseid War, it could give it its run for its money in Justice League, but it actually tied into Rebirth. It's been really good. This one's just basically precursor to the titles because all kicks off really next month for issue 1 of the new titles.
Actually, in 2
These are
weeks'
the
time.
intro, yeah. 2 weeks, yeah. There we go. But the story itself is just establishing the new status quo. Well, actually, the old status quo, like Alfred has 2 hands, Bruce has his money and company back, and now it's introducing a new element
Did
of
Alfred's
like
hand grow back?
No, Crazy Quilt sold it back on for him.
Oh, that was nice of him.
So
He's so crazy, that quilt guy.
there you go. So, but yeah, the artwork though has been pretty solid as well.
I
which is-
like
it's
the
not
artwork,
usual.
yeah.
What's the first best? It's Janin. And what's the first name? Mikkel Janin, is it? It is, yeah, Mikkel Janin, that's the one. And June Chung is doing the colours as well. Very solid. And also, Calendar Man as well. It's really interesting. A lot of people associate him with the Long Halloween. In this, it's good to see another interpretation.
And he's getting a different aspect to his character as well.
Yeah.
of what
it's a
happens.
really
like
nice
the, like the
aspect, yeah,
seasons.
it's really, really good.
Like the
actually.
changing of the seasons.
that was
is a
interesting.
clue.
When he goes through the change.
He does.
Literally
Literally
goes through the
does.
change.
Literally does go, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Morgan doing it.
I saw
Another-
that. It got a bit gozy at the end there when the end bit kind of happened.
Yeah, it did.
That was a bit, but from the other orifice.
The other Rebirth title.
Today's secret word is
Orifice!
I read the Superman one.
go to the
I
principal's
thought it was good. I
Principal's
thought that
office.
there was one particular page that was great. It was a splash page in it. I don't know. Do we want to?
Didn't they redo a lot of the original artwork
They-
actually, which was nice?
Yeah,
Kind
they
of
did.
homage. It was
Different-
a
different
homage.
angle of it.
I'm a pains to think though, and again, this is me being maybe being a bit cynical, but I feel like they're trying to force a link between these comics and the Snyder film because they need to remind people of who Doomsday is and the fact that Superman fought him. And that's a lovely page.
Or would
I
it
think
not
it's
be like
gorgeous.
this is where the new
No,
Superman is the original
again,
Superman.
maybe I'm being cynical, but
Yeah.
it's a case of
Oh, that's
It's very
definitely.
pretty.
it's a gorgeous looking page. But the book itself, it's a beautifully drawn book. It's,
Yeah, I like the artwork.
Doug
yeah.
Mankey.
Doug Mankey is doing the artwork, but Doc and Jerry are both right. They do pay homage to the original Death of Superman storyline, where with the art. So it's
Imagine
actually
all
a
that.
really nice book. Regardless, though, it's a very very good start. I actually think it's the strongest out of all the Rebirth titles.
Okay.
Because the other two, the Green Lantern and the Green Arrow ones, have
Well,
you read them?
Rebirth is
Yeah.
kind of a weird one, isn't it? Because the Green Lantern Rebirth, because it's not so much about any of the older characters or tying the it's tying the new
the
characters.
new
in.
characters in.
So
yeah.
it's kind of making a bond between Simon Baz and
Julie.
what's her face?
Jessica, I think her name
Yes,
is.
Jessica Bruce?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jessica Crane.
The one, you're right. I think it's a nice way of doing it. They're putting they're basically the two new Green Lanterns of Earth are being forced together because
Two new rookies.
because Hal is saying that the rest of them are all off busy looking after. Apparently, Sinestro's causing some big mill up at the end of the universe.
They've no time to deal with their shit. They're
So,
gonna have to work together.
It's like you guys are going to have to sort your shit out and get it together. So we can trust you with Earth.
The mechanic he actually puts them through is really clever.
Yeah.
That's like you're gonna work together whether you fucking like it or not, lads.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
What he uses to do it is really interesting. The one problem I had with this book that really took me out of it was that they had the fantastic Ethan Van Sciver. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Shiver is what he said, yeah.
He was a regular on the Green Lantern books. He did Rebirth, which was, but like the original Green Lantern Rebirth. But then all of a sudden, after 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, the art goes to Ed Beans, which is perfectly fine. But Ed Beans' art only lasts for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It just reminds me of Silvestri and Michael.
Yeah,
Todd.
it goes through like you can give us 6 pages until a particular Green Lantern shows up, and then it goes back to Ethan's artwork. I don't see the point of it, and I don't know what they were trying to do with it.
Because aren't they
It
not
could be in
going artist
sketch.
on artist off and titles for their
I think some of them are, but I didn't think they were doing it within an issue.
Yeah, but maybe it's to
Yeah.
introduce people to both art styles, so it kind of connects them. I'm not
Yeah.
sure
Maybe
exactly.
I
It could be a
don't know.
scheduling thing as
I
well.
could be a scheduling, and I
Yeah.
thought that maybe that was it, but it kind of took me out of the book slightly. And I'm a huge Green Lantern fan.
Time will tell. And then
Time will tell, but like I don't know. I'll see. But I mean, as far as the story's concerned, it's great. Just that the way that they did the art kind of took me out of it a bit.
Then Green Arrow, I thought that was the weakest.
I
By
agree.
far.
Yeah, I agree.
Got his beard back. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got the goatee back.
It's not what you
Yeah.
thought you said.
The artwork was
It's pretty
great.
much just the rebirth of Green Arrow's beard.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh no, in my fairness though, a lot of
And
fans
by beard, I mean
love,
Black Canary.
yeah.
I need that fan. But the good thing about rebirths, it's not a
Yeah,
complete
right.
reintroduction
Yeah.
of the DC universe. They're tying in ends from the New 52 and the pre-New 52.
I think they're trying to get the jigsaw pieces
Back
back
together.
together.
Yeah.
They're trying
That's
to get all.
Jeff's plan, isn't it? To
Yeah,
fit it all
like
back.
they're trying to go. Look, we're sorry about all this mess, so let's try and tidy the
Yeah.
box up a bit.
If
And I'm not talking about Black Canary,
Yeah.
and get it all together. But the artwork in Green Arrow was lovely. I loved the artwork.
Yeah.
I thought the
Yeah, it
artwork
was
was
nice.
great. I just thought the story was a bit weak sauce.
it's like for new people coming into the DC universe, it's like it's not too heavy with backstory.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but for people who've been there, it's like, oh, it's a nice homage to everything that's gone before.
In
and
fairness, if you're a fan of the show, it's
Yeah,
probably
that's-
a good.
It's an
it's
easy
actually-
jumping
yeah,
on
it's
point.
an easy
jumping on
jumping
for
on
Green
point
Arrow,
if you're a
yeah.
fan of the show, because there have been some fantastic previous Green Arrow stories in the past, and I actually think the cover alludes to Quiver slightly.
It
Oh,
does,
this was
doesn't
the
it?
arrow, yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
cover does actually allude to.
Do you know
Kevin
why they're
Smith's
bringing
Quiver,
back the
so-
beard?
Why are they bringing back the
The
beard?
writer said he's bringing back the beard because every good Green Arrow story that ever is, he has the goatee. So he says he has to have the goatee back. So that's the sole reason he brought it back. He says all the best Green Arrow storylines taking him. He has the goatee.
You could
Rub-
say
let
it's
me rub my goatee and think.
you could say it's his goatee gimmick.
Oh, bit hairy that one.
Speaking
Oh,
of hairy,
Fuck off.
if you've gone to the cinema this week, or actually if you're going to be in Single World between 2 and say 4 or 5,
I'm actually going later on this evening.
you will get to see the Ninja Turtles in action on the big screen and actually hang around down in Single World. So get your cameras, get the kids ready, bring them all down. We're going to meet 4 amazing guys in suits and just be nice with them. Also, if you go see the movie, you're going to see these 2 guys. This is Bebop and Rocksteady. This comic
One of them's
started
a
this
round boy as well,
week. Yeah,
Seamus.
Seamus. And he even keeps the accents. But
It's pretty awesome.
if you've been reading the Ninja Turtles, you know that IDW have just been blowing away these days and just have incorporated everything from the original Mirage series, the cartoon series. Everything along the way of Turtles history has just been blended into one awesome, like even the cartoon series and the comic. But we have basically, this is going to be out every week for the next 4, I think it's a 4 or 5 parter. I think it's 4. But basically, it's called Bebop and Rocksteady Destroy Everything, when they basically find one of Renee's time staffs and basically go back in time and just wreck stuff. So the idea is the Turtles have to go back in time and find and just stop them from wrecking everything because they basically found their remains in a museum. So
It really is a golden age. of
it's
Turtles at the
just
minute,
fun.
isn't it?
I went to see the movie the other night, which is lots of fun. So you have the voices and the characters. They're as goofy as they are in the original cartoon, but they're dangerous in this because they are full on beasts.
Haven't
and
the
rage.
comics made them extremely dangerous?
They're
Especially
violent,
with
yeah.
Donatello.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was
they're
Nothing
really
happened-
violent.
that was
like brutal.
Like there's a shot with the swords and the shurikens just hanging out Rocksteady. They're indestructible basically, and they're just big giant rats.
Yeah.
I'm loving Bebop's hairstyle there.
Yeah, what's
Actually,
going on
I
in
love
this?
It's like he just like went out in the sun and the afro.
It's
Just,
like a frohawk.
yeah.
The guy playing Bebop is Hal's mate in Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know
right,
the kid with the
Abe.
The guy in the
hey, yeah,
wheelchair.
the kid in the wheelchair. His
Yeah.
dad. That's the guy playing.
Yeah.
Coleman told me that, my mind melted. I was like, what? Because I seen the film and then he says, I didn't tell you
Yeah.
afterwards. I had to Google it to believe him.
But if you love the original Turtles cartoon, go see the new movie as well.
Ah,
it's
so
really good homage to it. And
I'm actually with this
It's
as well.
just fun.
It's reassuring me more towards IDW's Mask series and then the
Yeah.
shared universe.
that's the big
Tommy
news.
Lee Edwards on the art.
Yeah.
That's a win right there.
All the stuff they've been doing is so it's really steeped in the mythos and the mythology of all the characters that they've been doing. So they're not really kind of, oh, this is the way it's going to be. This is a new way. Take this on board. It's no, we know what you like. We're going to put it in a melting pot and make something kick ass out of it.
What we're alluding to is Revolution, coming from IDW in September, which is basically going to be it's basically the start of Hasbro's multiverse.
Shared universe. yeah.
Shared universe, a movie and comics. So Transformers, G.I. Joe, they've been doing brilliantly so far. ROM, they've started. It will start now. It was out for Comic Book Day. Micronauts is already to issue 3 at
Rom
this
space,
stage.
the free
and-
comic book day Rom story was
Yeah, but
a nice intro. It
yeah,
was nice,
the next big thing coming from them would be like Visionaries and Mask. And what's coming?
Oh man, I can't wait.
Oh my
Visionaries was
God.
an amazing cartoon. It was way ahead of its time.
Yeah,
Love
and if
it.
you're
Those action figures were awesome.
yeah, if
They
you're
were.
reading Transformers since the beginning, you may know something that some informed were into called R13, which was Ultra Energon, which is basically what
Or Shockwave's message.
Starscream tried to elude himself to take up on Megatron, but ended up getting through the midsection for. So it all leads back to Ultra Energon, which will be used to create the mass vehicles. ROM will interfere with ROM somehow. The Micronauts. So this is the start of G.I. Joe's coming back, being rebooted, but the main
Do you
series
reckon
will not
they'll
be.
use that or for the masks? For the masks.
For the mask, yeah, that could be
Or
the
likely.
vehicles and stuff like that. So decommissions of the dead Decepticons, Transformers.
What's great about
Oh,
IDW,
transformation.
They're reversing
Shit, so they can
engineering.
use transformation cogs to make the mask.
They reverse engineer, according to Transformers,
That's
sorry, they're
fucking
reverse
deadly.
engineering, making their own Autobots and Decepticon warriors from the Seekers.
That is
So they
awesome.
basically make
Unbelievable,
mechs,
isn't
their
it?
own Gundam mechs of Earth's defense is now ex-Cybertronians.
This sounds really awesome.
So yeah, Revolution is coming soon.
Are
Details
any
are
of that,
available.
is any of that like current story that's out now? With
It's
all
pretty
of
much
that? Is
alluding
that
to it. It's
available in
alluding-
trades
yeah.
though? Is it available
It
in
is.
trades?
All
Yeah,
trades.
yeah.
Do you have it?
Yeah, we
Yeah, we can get them back
yeah.
in, yeah.
We most of them in stock at the moment, but they tend to sell out quite quickly.
ROM space, because we do cover price stuff as well, so never mind the
Yes.
extra inflated bits. But IDW have just basically been sitting on this for the past while because Chris Royal and John Barber talked last year, and they were just like ROMs. That's when I found out ROM was coming back.
On the
which is only
subject of
coming
IDW, I forgot
Yeah.
to mention this was out. This is one of the best books IDW have done since
Gorgeous.
Half Past Danger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very much so.
They really
It's
know how
just
to
an
make good collections.
amazing self-contained story in a mad kind of apocalyptic kind of scenario where it's just people living on this one aircraft carrier that's solar powered, so everybody's trying to take it away from them, and they're just fighting for everything, and it's just the art is just amazing.
Some of the spreads in it are just the splash pages are gorgeous.
Like,
Like
look
if
at that.
any
Just think
animator or
Mad
director,
Max, but in the sky.
Fucking gorgeous.
It's just phenomenal.
yeah.
some
Nelson
director
Daniel
or
and then Zach
artist
Howard
is
as
going
well,
out there and just turn this
Yeah.
into an animated series or a movie because it's ready to
The
go.
covers as well, man. Like that's
Yeah.
just
I think it's one of
gorgeous.
the few books that I
Can you
think
see
I
that?
bought.
Yeah, can you? There you go. That's a bit better.
Yeah.
When I
Get that
bought
in,
when I
delicious.
bought the individuals of that, I bought alternate covers because some of them were just so.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Like I bought one, grand, I'll read that, and then that's a cover I'm going to save. And I rarely do that, but that for that series is all the art covers. Is the covers in the back?
Man, they've got spreads in the back and everything, man.
Yeah.
There's
Oh.
loads of, yeah, it's fucking gorgeous.
that's what's great about IDW is that
Yeah.
they have.
Galleries. They always put a gallery in the back
Yeah.
of the
Yeah,
books.
but
Brilliant.
just as a label, like DC, Marvel, they have the shared universe in their titles. But IDW you have creator owned, then you have multiple universes. You have the TMNT universe.
Yeah.
Now the Revolution, you're gonna have like Transformers Mask all in one as well, but it's
In-
still not total shoehorned in there. They still have their own.
Yeah, like even the Turtles,
expanded line.
Ghostbusters crossover just
Yeah.
It's
appeared out.
still
It's
in
great.
Yeah,
continuity.
but they keep it all linear and they're growing the total line as well and stuff. So that's what's great. Like no
In
other
the
labels
Turtles
doing
Batman
that.
with the Dublin Comic Con guest as well. Turtles Batman.
Yeah, Freddie, and Freddie's going to be
Comic-Con, so-
Batman TMNT, yeah.
Yeah, Freddie Williams, who was on the Batman Turtles, he's going to be the cover artist on a new Turtle comic called Turtle Universe,
Of course,
which
yeah.
is basically going to be offshoot dealing with certain situations. IDW's editors, you learn something from this Marvel and DC, is they all sit down and discuss things. So something that happens in the main title, something happens in this story, but it'll come back and affect the main story later on. So all the
There's
little
all
mini
a
series
proper
will happen.
continuity or
So
canon.
it's everything that
Yeah.
can happen can have ramifications on the main series.
Canon.
So it is Kang-an.
That was out as well. More Doctor Who nonsense.
It's actually a really good story.
Just said that the wine way.
Yeah, it's a really good story.
Actually,
well worth
Revolution
checking
starts
out.
here.
Yeah.
But that Doctor Who book, it's the 10th Doctor in World War One with the Weeping Angels, and it's really good. All the Titan stuff for Doctor Who has been top notch. Really, really good stuff, and I highly recommend checking it out. And this is actually a really good jumping on point for the comics if you haven't read any of them. You don't need to have read previous ones because they have year 1 and year 2. They've really treated it with respect. And any of the new Doctors they brought on, like they have a limited 9 series, and they're doing a limited 4th Doctor series, and a limited 8 Doctor series happened as well, which is great.
News this
well,
week
we're
is
checking out.
the third Doctor, Wurzel Gummidge, is getting his own series. now.
Yes.
Well,
Where have we Pertwee coming? So I mean, they're slowly but surely going to bring nearly all of them out, I reckon, and really, really good stuff. Well, we're checking
back
out.
to
If you're a
Dublin
Doctor Who
Comic
fan.
Con. Mike Collins just been announced.
Mike Collins has been announced today, and we've had him at conventions and before, but he is such a good guest that you meet him at any convention, it'll be different every single time, and he does some amazing on-the-spot sketches for you at the conventions, and he's going to be part of a panel as well.
Yeah.
He's just a lovely, lovely gent, and great fun to be around, and so knowledgeable. He's been around the block so often. He does so much, like comic books. He's worked with some of the greatest people in comics, but he also works with the greatest people in TV as well. Like he does the storyboarding for Doctor Who. He's worked on Sherlock. You know, it's a great guy. So
Just
great
his
guest for Dublin
first
Comic
time
Con.
with DCC, he contributed to the Sherlock comic last year as well. That's how sound he is. And donated the original artwork to charity as well for Crumb and Temple Street.
Yeah, that
that's what most people actually need to understand as well
Yeah,
about
there's
the
a
Comic
big
Con.
charity aspect.
The Comic Con is not just about going out and buying a few things and talking to people.
Yeah.
There's loads of great talks on. There's loads of great little just
Interactive
rooms
sets.
you can go into and stuff happening. Yeah, so check the schedule and don't just browse around. Get into one or two of the panels. You'll find stuff there you'll never hear again, and just be great crack.
And it's
Plus,
good.
if you're getting stuff signed by guests or artists, talk to them. Just shoot the breeze with them.
That's what they're there for.
Yeah, just ask. Even if you've never met the guy before, you're going to just ask him what has he done, how's he done it,
Has he
how's he got on this road,
Yeah.
and you might find some really, really, really kick-ass awesome stuff.
Yeah, and
Yeah, you get more out of it if you just chat to people.
the Storybreakers have been announcing this on nearly every kind of live reading that they've had and panel that we've done together. But there will also be a live reading from the Storybreakers at Dublin Comic Con this year, especially in the auditorium. It's going to be a specially selected script for the convention. So, that has been announced already, but just to get more word out there about it, there's going to be so much happening at this year's convention. It's going to be huge.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
And
biggest
this
one
year they have, well, hopefully for next year as well, but we'll see how well it goes. Can't show you that picture. They
There's
have,
a little picture we put on Facebook very
they
soon.
now
It's quite
have
funny.
an app which you can download onto your Android or iPhone, and basically,
I think I got an app for that, I think.
yeah, it is an app
It's
for
an
it.
app for that.
And basically, it'll be more or less what's on the face. Everything in one spot. So the list of guests, what time they're appearing, how much they're charging, you can make your schedule up, and you get up to date updates as well.
And don't be surprised people are charging for sketches or signs.
Because this is their
This is
job.
their bread and butter,
Yeah.
guys.
But that's what happens in conventions, folks.
Yeah.
You have to
It's
understand
It's
that.
kind of par for the course. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
It always happens.
You have to be aware that Dublin Comic Con is the only convention of its kind in Ireland. There are no other
Run
conventions
independently as well.
that are like all the other big conventions that are corporate conventions are not run by fans like Dublin Comic Con is. People run this because they care about it and they love it.
Yep.
And it's a case where you have to understand that these guests, when they bring them in for the larger conventions, they charge a heck of a lot for sketches and for. But at Dublin Comic Con, I guarantee you, you'll find some amazing talent, and paying €20 for an original sketch. Like, and that's top tier, 20 quid.
Yeah.
Some artists do it for a £5 or something for £10. Depends on the artist and depends on what type of sketch you want to get. So don't be surprised if somebody goes, well, that's going to cost you 20 quid, because you're going to walk away with an original
One of
just
a
for
kind,
you at the time, one of a kind. And that type of stuff regularly will be a lot more if you went to one of the American conventions.
Yeah, and suggesting to the guys who they should bring and who you'd like to see a song. That's great, but don't be the man, because they have to pay for these people to come over.
Yeah.
Again, it comes down to the actor or artist or individual's schedule, what their workload is like, and everything else, and where they are in their life
It's
as
the
well.
best value convention in
It's
Europe
fun.
up there, to be honest. Like, if you can shop around if you want, if you've gone to travel to a lot of these shows, like, this really is really up there, and the organisers behind the show as well really spend
They're very
months
handsome.
leading
They're
up to-
stressful. They're
The
stressful.
organisers are very handsome.
But spend
Good looking
months,
people.
Stress
spend
out.
months
It's-
negotiating stuff up
By
there.
the
so-
fans,
Yeah,
for the
like,
fans,
even work has begun on next year's show as well, but also it's we've been to other conventions. We won't get into name them, but we've been to conventions where bigger, and we could actually
Claim
see
to be
from
bigger.
maybe like M&M bigger, but no.
I can
Well,
actually
you could actually see from
You're a
one
letter
end.
off there.
Yeah, you could. It could be the C word.
Not
You could-
M&M's, but
You could see from one end of the hall to the other, and basically the guests were down talking to us. There was nothing going on. It was like a market. Whereas Dublin Comic Con's biggest problem is you have to turn people away.
Yeah.
So use that as you
if
will.
you're used to going to other conventions, you're going to expect it to be a market again. That's why I was saying, look at the schedule, check the panels out. That's where the crack
Check
is.
the layout, because there is 2 or 3 floors. So some people were like, okay, you see our stall first, but we're not information. We'll help out when we can. But all the guests will be on the next floor.
And ask all the
Walk
staff,
around.
ask everybody, just talk to people.
Yeah.
Have a bit
And
of
there's-
that.
you're in the
And if
middle of
you see
Dublin. There's food
cosplayers,
everywhere.
don't be afraid to ask and take the photos.
Yeah, but
Most
do
of them
ask.
love actually getting into the costume so they can get photos. But don't just take a slide photo, just ask them, because more often than not, they'll pose in a badass pose
Happily.
to look like the character that you wanted them to look like. Take a little sneaky shot, it's going to be a crap photo.
This is
So
turning
just
into an
talk to people.
etiquette of what to do and not do.
It
on
is,
cosplay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Rule one, don't be a dick.
There was one thing because before we started recording the video, Dad's were like, just grab something you want to talk about on the video. So, Grant, pass me that over for a second, will you? There's one thing that differentiates Dublin City Comics from a lot of other comic book stores.
So
And
far.
for me it does,
Yeah.
because see this thing here, this is a Gundam, okay? And you can buy these in the store. Yes, other stores sell them, but there's one thing that Dublin City Comics have that don't. They have a Gundam club that I'm a member of and Doc's a member of, that you get together and you build these.
no.
There's no other comic book store in Dublin that actually has clubs and events like this one does.
It's all about community.
Yeah.
Big Bang has some great signings and they're great at what they do.
Yep.
But Dublin City Comics have the Geek Easy and they have Gundam Club and they've got...
Shit's a secret.
Don't tell people the geeky. It's a secret.
What? Don't they? It's a
It's
secret, is it?
yeah.
Alright, so it's a really
Rewind
badly
that
kept
bit.
secret. It's a really, really badly kept secret.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows about it.
But
Really.
Yeah.
you're not going to find it anywhere else. So they sell these are called Gundam kits. If you're into Gundam, into model kits, they're cheap and cheerful, but they're great.
For all ages.
They're
This one
giant Kinder
is
eggs.
a beast of a thing, and it's gorgeous, and you can build it yourself. So just to be aware of that regardless that what other stores are in the city centre, you're not going to find half the stuff that you're going to find here.
And if you don't see it, ask. We'll see if we can get it.
That's it. Because we are the only shop. I'd say, actually, no, I tell a lie. The Big Bang, they go above and beyond
Yeah,
as
they
well.
do.
The lads Hidden Treasures, they'll go out. They always go
Yeah.
above and beyond. Who else?
Soon, you know.
Rob, what's Rob's place?
Click. Oh, Rob, comic books.ie.
Comic Books Day, they're really great as well.
Yeah.
Big Bang, great bunch of lads. They'll always do their best to look after you. A couple of other shops don't look after their customers because they don't give a flying fucking shite. We do. End of.
You probably don't look like it, but this is a makeup.
But yeah, no, what I mean is, if you don't see something that you're after, don't
spent
be
a lot of
afraid to
time
ask
here.
us. We'll tell you whether it's in stock, whether we can get it,
Yeah.
the reason why it's not available. But
Or
we'll do our best
possibly
to help
will
you.
become
That's what we're here for, because at the end of the day, you guys are what keep us going.
Yeah.
So we got to keep you in the stuff you like.
We're well aware everybody shops around, and
Yeah.
you
First
did it on
time I ever
stage.
came to this shop, it was
You
back
wouldn't
in
say
first year,
bootles.
I think. I said, woo.
No, look it up.
Probably,
But I went in and...
Band name called it.
Jesus.
Wibbly wibbly woo.
how many band names you named today?
I'm building a label.
The
An
album.
imprint?
Every year, the Eurovision. Wibbly wibbly woo.
I know something could help you with that. But yeah, I remember coming in, remember the year one trades. Because I'd read it in the county libraries are great because you can rent out graphic novels and stuff now.
It's like
Rent
called a
out,
prison.
and it was great. If I go out,
That's true. Yeah, give a local library, check it out. You'd be surprised the wealth of books
Yeah.
that are in there.
yeah, and then it lets you try before you buy what you want to get onto. And then when I was reading the Marvel collections, it collected basically all of the first issues, the shared universe building in the early 60s. And I got volume 1, and then I remember coming in here and asking, do you guys have that book? And you were like, ordered it in.
It's having none of it. Oh shit, it is.
In 3, 2, 4.
Is that a timer? Is that actually recording right now?
It is, yeah.
It's bleeping
It
red.
better be, because I'm putting shapes on a mad level.
It is, it's recording.
Right. Anyway, as you were talking about.
Minor technical difficulties aside, we
Yeah.
were talking too much about how awesome we are. Can we please get back to comics and how
And
awesome
this
they
is
are and how
super
awesome you, our
HD.
customers are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of you are big rides. The rest of you are really big rides.
I can cut all this out.
Emer,
I
I'm
can,
joking. Seriously, you mean everything to me.
I
love
can
you.
cut all of this out in post.
Okay.
Except for the bit where he confesses his love for his missus.
The kick.
You want to leave that bit in there.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah. so
Moving
fun.
swiftly onwards.
Swiftly onwards, we're here to talk about previews as usual. Come on in and have a look. You can see what's coming out in the next 3 months. This is stuff that's coming out in August. So do you boys want to have a quick flick through there? And see that. Actually, we were talking about IDW earlier on. They're having a Creator Visions month, which is basically 5 weeks of one comic coming out a week. And we've got some stuff like Jack Boo and Iron Heel, which is basically about a fighter pilot. It actually sounds fun. It's like a World War II fighter pilot. And he's actually teamed up with a few zombies and bits and pieces. We've also got, it's on the next page, Super Fuckers Forever. And the adaptation of actually the original book that the movie was based on, The
Yeah.
Killer Inside Me.
Wow.
So this is IDW just going, here, we're just trying something different, throwing it out there.
Yeah.
There's Revolution, the road to Revolution as we talked about. So if you're collecting Transformers, ROM, stuff like that, this is the seeds of what's going to become the bigger story, which will bring in Mask and the Micronauts on it and stuff like that later on down the way.
Good for you.
But anyway,
It's pretty good notes there actually. Yeah, I just noticed.
yeah, they're
I,
in,
as
if you
usual,
can see, they're in
have none.
blue this time. So that's nuts.
Jay pointed this out to me
Yeah.
earlier,
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
The cover of
Get that
Captain
up there.
America Sam Wilson 12 is basically...
You may recognise it from a cult film from the 80s, starring Robert Davi. Not Robert Davi. Bruce Campbell.
Star Bruce Campbell and Tim Atkins.
Yeah.
And his...
And
was
Rob
Tim Atkins?
Zidar.
Was
Robert
Rob
Zidar.
Rob
Rob Zidar, that's what I'm thinking, Robert Davi, yeah.
Was Atkins' son's moustache, or did he have a moustache for that one? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I don't
It's not
agree
Bruce.
with
Answers on a postcard.
Yeah. Actually, as a reminder, Grindhouse in June is showing The Thing. And as a reminder, actually, we don't have anything to do with the John Carpenter night, but we will be going to it. But tickets are probably still available as well if you want to look that up.
Yep.
That's going to be in Vicar Street. Right, if you are flicking through. Yes, we'll get to this later on.
Finally.
Yeah.
Might as well get to it.
Look
nice
at
and
that.
quick.
Can we have a extreme
Alan's
close up
actually
on that?
messed his pants.
Yeah.
They're finally releasing the Diamond Select
If you've seen the Batman 66 show,
Shakespeare bust.
yeah, the
And
bust
it
that
flips open as well.
press the button and then the slide case and then the pole spear and then you hear.
I have always wanted that as a kid.
You,
So
we-
bad.
As long as you lift it up and the button actually presses, does the...
You are getting the first one out of the delivery that day, right? Because it'll just make him a very happy little boy. From
You're
Dark
gonna
Horse.
bust open that box, yeah?
Put a button, press the button.
Listen here, Buster.
Push the buttons. From Dark Horse coming is a brand new series called Briggsland. It's from Brian Wood. It's basically about a little state in America that's seceded from the government. So think of Pretoria from Family Guy.
Sorry, I was thinking that.
Yeah, not Peterland like the place down the road. Finally coming out is Kingway West. It was delayed from last year actually. Greg Pak basically doing a kind of Wild West Samurai martial arts epic.
Wow.
That could be all but the Wing West. From DC, we have All-Star Batman. Snyder's still on Batman. But this time he's got John Romita. He's got Declan Shelby. and a few
Declan
other
Shelby,
artists.
Jordy Belair are going to be on
Yeah,
that as
it's
well.
going to be
Nice one.
basically...
Nice
Scott
one, lads and ladies.
Yeah, Scott Snyder's going to be writing, and every issue will be a different artist. So it'll be a nice thing. We don't know if it's going to be linked to the old original All-Star Batman. It was just its space, it's been called All-Star Batman. Rebirths.
That's not Batman and Robin. So
Yeah.
they got in there.
Yeah, they could have. Rebirth specials. We have Blue Beetle, Deathstroke, Supergirl, and Suicide Squad. We also have a Suicide Squad War Crime special. There's a lot of Suicide Squad stuff coming around in August.
We'll be notifying everyone who actually got on a Rebirth deal. We will probably be extending it for those new titles as well if you want to get in on the rest.
Yes, a lot of people are very happy with the
What
Rebirths.
way does that work? Because I'm in on it, so I'm interested.
We haven't decided yet. Wayne just called me on that one, so I'm not entirely sure. We will hash
You're welcome,
it out
folks.
and let you
I'm here to ask tough questions.
Talk about being put on the place you're on. Issue 1s from DC will be Harley Quinn, Hellblazer, Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, Deathstroke.
Is that Harley Quinn and Harley Blazer?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Red Hood and the Outlaws, and Suicide Squid. That's a squad. And Superwoman.
Hang on, go back.
What's
Well,
this?
you know, we can get those, you know. That.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne has messed his pants.
Wayne's just realised that there's actually a line of spaceships available for the Gundam line.
Iron-blooded offering ships, folks. Get it into you.
And it's going to be starting very soon in the old English dub, bite. If you're too lazy to fucking read.
Why did we go all Cork on that?
Oh, you fucking started.
Did I go?
I'm off to Santa Ponza. Leave me alone. Anyway, and toy-wise from DC Direct, we have the Batman, Robin, and the Bat Signal set, which was, if you want, it's coming with the Batmobile, but if you don't want to upgrade, you can get this for about $70.
Can I interject slightly?
Yeah.
The new Marvel Legends figures that are coming out.
Oh, yes.
Please let us know ASAP if you want them, because we're not going to be able to guarantee them.
Two
Because that
particular characters.
The X-Men wave is going fast, folks. Seriously. Deadpool,
Wolverine.
Cable, Wolverine,
The Build-A-Figures
Jean Grey,
Juggernaut.
Build-A-Figures Juggernaut. Kitty Pryde's in there. It's fucking man. It's every. They say Cable.
Iceman.
They say Cable.
Yeah,
Cable, Iceman. Oh, it's just a really
That's
fucking
just the
solid
X-Men
wave.
wave.
Like.
There's Spider-Man
amazing.
waves and everything else.
But yeah, that wave in particular is going to go fast because there's only one Deadpool.
Yeah.
In each box.
Back to DC, there's the Xmas style Joker, basically a Joker for the holidays, looking very creepy in his jumper and his hat. We've already talked about the IDW Creative Week. TMNT Universe, like I said, Freddie Williams is going to be a guest, and Kevin Eastman is actually one of the main guests at Dublin Comic Con. He's writing one of the backup stories with Bill Sienkiewicz in the back. But like I said, if you're on Turtles, you might want to get TMNT Universe as well, because the two of them will run coincidentally.
Say down Macaulay.
Yeah. Revolution we talked
I'll
about.
get that.
From Image Comics, something called Black Monday Murders, Jonathan Hickman.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's basically it's kind of like a society of serial killers and everything else that kind of rule the world. It's a lot of like the 1%ers and stuff like that.
Ooh.
So it's like
So it's like now.
yeah, kind of like but they're actually admitting they kill people. But it's basically all the bad guys and everything. It has a smack
I'm a
of
millionaire and I kill people.
it has a smack of Wanted to have like set on Wall Street sort of thing.
Oh, very good.
Kill or Be Killed. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips.
Nice.
It's about
That's when they got back
It's
into
basically the vigilantism and basically the life of vigilante and stuff like that. So I think it's. Where we go to here on Image. I think they actually.
Invincible. Not looking. Not looking.
No. You can come back to it.
Previews is really good this month. I know you're going to cover
Yeah,
it
there's
in
a
a single
lot. Robert,
episode.
this is just
There.
highlights we saw. You come in, you have a look through this, you might see other stuff. But this
We
is
always
super
have
big
one on the counter, folks. So if you're not sure, just come in and have a look at it. We'll also send out a text message or send out a message of it in text format if you just request it. And what you can do is, if you go to the Previews World page, there they got most stuff we get is from a crowd called Diamond. But you can go to their page and put in the order code for any of those titles, and it will give you a synopsis and the cover art. So
yeah, kind of through the fourth wall here. We all get our comics from the same supplier, but yet some shops try to put some comics from a certain publishers at a higher price
we
than the
don't
others.
really want to get into that.
We keep them all the same.
Yeah, because saying they're American comics and charging more, lads,
Yeah.
is fucking sleeving.
No,
Because they don't cost more.
Yeah.
Because they're being shitty.
You're
Fucking
a liar.
liars.
What time is it? Time
Yeah.
for the Balkan.
Normally, we've been very quiet about that, but
Yeah.
considering the actions of some of the shops recently, we're not being quiet about that anymore.
Yeah.
Basically, other shops are ripping you off. If you want to be ripped off, that's your choice.
Yeah.
We're not telling you where to go, but we're not going to rip you off. The lads in the Big Bang aren't going to rip you
Yeah.
off, and Joe in Hidden Treasures is not going to rip you off.
Yeah.
Neither is Rob, but
We'll
he's
leave-
new comics.
we'll leave that. He's
But
back
we do
issues.
new comics. The other shops that do new comics are ripping you off.
Okay, bigger rates, everything. Marvel, we've got The Falling and the Accused. This is coming off the tail end of Civil War, which hasn't actually. Wait till this stuff finishes, then bring this stuff in. So, The Falling and the Accused. It's like me telling Marvel what to do.
It's like a Jodie
It's okay.
Foster movie.
Yeah. Actually, I went to see a Jodie
No,
Foster
she did
movie
The
last
Accused,
night.
yeah.
She directed that movie.
There's a
monster.
pinball machine in this one. I don't know.
No, I don't know. Well, The Falling and the Accused. Bang, bang, bang. So yeah, we're thinking The Falling is basically about the people who don't survive Civil War or are just broken by it, and The Accused is could be like the main. Actually, Civil War 1 started this week as well, and really
Civil
strong.
War 2.
Civil War Part 2.
Civil War 2, Part 1, Electric Boogaloo.
Dos
Yeah.
part uno.
Yeah, so The Accused could be like the main crux of this is
I've had
based
too
on
much
an
sugar
inhuman
today,
who can
sorry,
tell the future. It's kind of like a Minority Report thing. So you might get people who are falsely accused of going to do something bad, actually, don't you? So how do you deal with them?
Shit out of them.
Yeah, so Civil War 1, Civil War 2, Part 1. Yeah, I said that right in my head.
Yeah.
It's doing well.
It's really
well.
good. It's really
Coming back to August, Darth Vader 25 is the final issue.
That's it.
Yeah, Kieran Gillen and all the rest of the boys are just like that. But it was a kind of good companion piece to the main Star Wars title. And went a bit
It
off
was
kilter
good.
in the middle.
It started off. I personally thought it started off a bit weak sauce, but it did get a lot better.
Yeah.
It did get a lot. It was It was kind of a bit all up. It was like, you know,
Brilliant artwork. That was good.
great artwork, but it was the whole like evil C-3PO and evil R2-D2. It was like,
meat bags.
yeah, but no, it's a great though, and the Vader Down story was.
That was a nice touch. I don't see why you had to have a crossover. It could have been just as it was. If you're fans of the Gundam, like we mentioned, the model kits and all that, there's going to be a Deadpool model kit from Diamond Select. So you'll be able to click it together and then paint it
More
afterwards.
shit Doc can buy for himself.
I'm in the same hall.
Someone who's becoming one of my favourite, up there with IDW, one of my favourite titles, Boom. They're doing Sons of Anarchy Redwood original. This isn't going to deal with like the original Redwood. It's actually when Jack's Force decided to become a prospecting everything else.
Oh, is this the one Lucas on?
It could, yeah.
So it's the prequel to Sons of Anarchy.
It's prequel to the show, but the prequel they were originally talking about was going to deal with the original 13 and the Red, setting up the original chapter. So you'll see younger versions of Jax and Opie.
Oh god.
And Gemma and Clay and all the rest of the boys. Yeah.
Not in the comics.
Precious MP Comics. Also from Broom, something I did get a chance to put the picture of it. I was going to tag everybody in it.
Yeah.
They're making a Big Trouble in Little China, a hardcover. It's like 148 pages.
Sorry, 1 second.
Yes.
I'm done.
I was watching Silicon Valley with the monkey the other night. Yeah, it's exactly what I used to say.
Jeez.
Silicon Valley with the monkey.
The monkey with no arms was giving a cybernetic arm. What do you think it done with it first of all?
Well, it flung its poo first of all, Jake.
That was afterwards. That was for
Did it not fling the poo first? Pretty
another,
sure it wasn't poo, it was flinging afterwards.
another thing. It was a spider webbing.
Jesus, speaking of Spider-Woman, I opened the wrong page there.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, getting back to something a little bit kid-friendly, everybody-friendly. Labyrinth, its 30th anniversary this year.
It is Luca. Good luck on that, dude.
Boom Studios are presenting a Labyrinth 30th anniversary special comic. It's going to have a lot of originally printed material and some new
These
material.
pages are going to be stuck. That's why you posted that picture.
Yeah.
Ah.
And then what's on the other side as well?
Yeah,
Labyrinth.
that's a good page from Boom. Big Trouble in Little China and Labyrinth.
Best double page spread in the whole of
Two
previews.
films in the 80s that were seen as bombs and have become two of the biggest cult things
Actually,
ever.
let's see if you can see that properly.
But yeah,
Zoom
Labyrinth
in.
looks
Hollywood. Probably the best centre page spread that doesn't involve boobs.
Yeah.
That's issue 333.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but that is that's the start of 3 Labyrinth
gorgeous.
themed books that are going to be coming up for the 3rd anniversary. From Dynamite, we've got Evil Ernie, God Eater.
Evil Ernie's pretty cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Looking forward to
After
that.
that, there's if you like your everybody loved the new Battlestar, but if you like the classic Battlestar, again, Dynamite are bringing back a series of Battlestar Galactica classics. So you'll have the original Adamas, 70s gear, big bucket-head stylons, everything.
I'll be returning shortly.
You might have to wrap it up for memory space. On
Yeah,
the
yeah,
phone.
cool. Flying through. Then we've got Doctor Who, the 3rd Doctor, like we said.
That's it's gonna be good.
Soon. Bit of a mind bender earlier on. Mycroft Holmes comic, right?
Oh.
Who would you think is going to be writing Mycroft Holmes?
Your man from...
Oh, I'll give you a hint. He fought Bruce Lee.
Chuck Norris?
No, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
is writing a comic about Mycroft Holmes, and that is my kind of. This is why I love life.
Let me read that.
It's in there. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Show me that. That's, I don't
It's in, the
believe
Titan,
it.
it's in the Titan section.
Titan.
Titan, right?
I'm not calling you a liar, but I think
No,
you just
Mycroft
made it
Holmes.
You're a liar!
No, it's not 9 o'clock. I'm not in for a bollocking. I'm true.
I'm actually going to have to wrap this up fairly fucking sweet because I want to go see the Turtles, lads.
Yeah,
so we got
okay.
much more to go.
No, just this.
No,
I'm
let's
going to
do it
finish this. Toy-wise got Marvel Select Doctor Strange, the movie version. SH figure, some Harley Quinn and the Joker for pre-order.
And the Mafex.
Yeah, and we've got Hot Toy Yoda as well, actually. And Mezco are doing Space Ghost. You've seen their 112 collective, you'll know we have a lot of
They are
stuff.
really
Coast to
good
coast,
figures.
bitches.
Yeah, and Kotobukiya, you saw the alien they've done. They're doing the dog alien from Alien 3.
Did the Koibuki alien have a
And
really nice
Thanos. And
Oh,
Thanos.
no. Yeah, and then they're doing
Considering
1/6
they do
scale
have a
Thanos.
nice
It's going to be
arse.
pretty big. Next week, back still a bit aliens. We've got Prometheus, Life and Death, issue 1. Rebirths wise, we've got Aquaman, The Flash, and Wonder Woman. Wacky Raceland's out next week.
Yes.
Action Comics. You've been a long time returning. 957.
Gotta get my 1000 issue.
Detective Comics 934. Jesus, I haven't seen that in a while. Bebop and Rocksteady issue 2, and we have
That's
interconnecting
weekly,
covers
by
as
the way.
well. Grizzly Shark number 3 versus Seabear.
Yes.
Declan and Jordy,
amazing.
and congratulations, Owen. You're going to be in Injection 10. I don't know why I did that. It's
It's a comic.
It's a
There's a
calling
comic
card.
coming out. There's another comic coming out.
Omar did the.
Oh yeah, Owen. By the way, congratulations, dude, on that.
Injection issue 10.
Yep. Civil War
Fucking
2
awesome, dude.
tie-ins start this week. Got Spider-Man, Gods of War, and Poe Dameron number 3, and I think it's the final issue. Big Trouble in Little China number 25.
We have the hardcover the titles over.
Yeah, and we'll have Big Trouble in Little Russia coming soon as well, so we'll see how that ties out. Right, that's your lot. in terms of that, this
Forgot
guy,
to mention this guy.
because I'll be back.
Oh, not up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Hot Toys
More Hot
Pops
Toys.
Genesis. We've got loads more Hot Toys and everything else. I think you gotta come in and see it all. So come on in. Right, I might go see Turtles again.
On that note, let's all go to the